Now we're going to take a look at how you sort and filter in a spreadsheet. First of all, almost always I am going to freeze my header row, and that works well because if you do a sort, then this particular row will not get mixed in with the rest of your data. So I always click on number 1 to select my header row, and I go under View, and I go to Freeze, and I freeze one row. That's how I do that. So that never gets in the middle of your data when you do a sort. So how do you do a simple sort? Well, if you hover only over any column, you will notice that the little triangle appears. So if I hover over B, I got a little triangle, C, etc. So you can sort by clicking on this triangle. And if you notice in the menu that appears, you have an option to sort either from high to low or low to high is basically what that means. So if I was sorting by student name, I could click here and it's going to sort, and the other cells that are associated with that particular row will move appropriately. So let's just sort by another column. So for example, I could go to total due, and I could click on that pull down menu, and I can sort by high to low in terms of, oops, I did it from low to high. I guess A is low and Z is high. So let's do high to low now. And you can see how that works. So that's how you do your basic sorts. And in terms of filtering, that is a whole nother thing. So notice that we have a button on our main toolbar here called the filter button. When I click on that, if you have a column selected, you're going to notice that that column ends up being green. I actually don't want to have a column selected when I do that. So I'm going to turn my filter off, and I'm just going to click in an individual cell, because then when I turn on my filter, it does a filter for the entire sheet, and that's what I prefer. So what is a filter? Well, a filter is a way of taking your sheet and reducing the number of rows based on a particular criteria. So for example, if I wanted to filter by the class level so that I only was seeing the rows for the freshmen, so I want to filter out that other data, I click on this pull down menu in row 1, and then I'm going to clear my filter, and I'm going to select just the freshmen. And then I click OK. So what you will notice is I no longer have as many rows, because now I'm only seeing the data for the freshmen. And you can also see, if you look down along the left, that there are missing numbers because there are missing rows. They're not gone, they're not deleted, they're just currently hidden because you've applied a filter. Now, if you want to get all your data back, you could either click here and turn off your filter altogether, or you could click here and clear your filter, and you could select all. Because if you select all the values in that column and then click on OK, every piece of data or every row will come back. Can you apply more than one filter? Absolutely. So let's say I wanted to see just the females that are in debate. So if I click here and I clear my filter, I want to see just the females, so I click OK. And then I go to my extracurricular column and I click here and I clear those values, and I just want to see the ones in debate, and I click OK, and I filtered that data. So that is a quick and easy way to see only partial sets of your data, and that can be very helpful if you're having to make some quick answer some quick questions related to subsets of your data.